Hey guys, it's Crafty here, coming back to you with another Minecraft video. Today I wanted to do something kind of special. I'm starting my first build series, and this build series is going to tackle the question, what if Minecraft generated a fantasy world? The first thing that I'm going to do here, and I know it's a little cliche, but I'm going to make a castle. Not just any castle. This castle is going to be what most people would call impregnable. Alright, so here you can see this is the area that I've chosen. I came in with a random seed, not just a random seed, it was from a list that I had chosen, and I actually rolled the dice and chose which one. For those of you that don't know, I play lots of Dungeons and Dragons, so lots of dice around. So I've chosen this area because I found these two natural hills that had assumed it's this spot here in between this large birch forest, the swamp area here, and these plains. Oh, it looks like we've got some extreme hills in the background there as well. So I chose this because it has a commanding view over most of the area that is around it. I'm going to use some birch wood as sort of the main features because of its location. Of course, you know, castles generally put themselves near resources that were important. So wood would have been one of those, and so we're going to use the birchwood forests that were right beside. This is mainly going to be... This plateau here is going to be the main castle. This is going to be the keep and whatnot. I've also, so as you can see, I've done a little bit of terraforming here. This area is going to be, of course, the gatehouse, as well as the bridge that connects these two plateaus. I think that this is going to be an amazing looking fortress, and I can't wait to share it with you guys, as well as the plans for the future for this world. This fantasy world, I'm just going to keep extending it further and further out until I filled as much auto-generated space as I can with as much generated fantasy as I can. So I'm going to time-lapse some of this, I'm going to cut away some of it, and hopefully by the end we'll have a castle, and I can talk to you guys about it. Alright, catch you on the flip side. And welcome back, guys. So we've made lots of progress so far. I know it's not a castle yet, but we've done a lot of terraforming, we've done a lot of framing and things like that. And I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what I've chosen to do and what the plans are in the future, so that you can see my ideas of going forward, what you're gonna see in like the next week or so. This is probably gonna take me a few days, I think, and I'm gonna upload a video of this, I think, every day. And anyways, here we go. We'll take a look at what we've got done here. Oh, got a little bit of lag there. That's fine. All right. So as you can see, the two hills have become our prominent features, except for these two towers here. They are going to end up being lower than these two sort of fortresses on either side, but for right now, they are the big feature point. They are dominating this gate, and just so we're aware how big these are from the ground, they do look pretty intimidating from the ground. I really like the way that this, I started out with a smaller tower, and I just decided that they needed to be bigger, but I liked this sort of one block in between these three jutting points sort of thing. Of course, these are just placeholders. We're going to make them look pretty, don't you worry. Also functional. We're going to add things like arrow slits and matriculations and battlements with merlons and crenelles and all those good words that we love when it comes to castles. So let's take a quick look. So you come through the gate, and it's going to be this lower section here that is not, well, maybe it is going to connect to the lower part of this tower, but it is not going to connect to the upper part, which of course is going to connect to this main keep area. This area by itself is going to control most of this sort of fortress defensively. So it's going to control this side of the bridge. Of course, trying to get to this from this bridge is going to be nearly impossible, especially once I add gatehouses and things like that to this area. Also, it's going to control this tower and these battlements on this tower, which is going to give you a massive advantage, because the only place that you can't see is right this area here, and I'm going to fly over there now. This area is the only one that you can't see, and this, of course, will be covered by this area of this fortress, and I'm going to have to think about this, because this is sort of a blind spot. You know, that's just what comes with when you're building a random sort of, hey, look, there's two hills here, let's get rid of the trees and build something on it. Of course, I've covered up most of the water sources. As you can see around here, there's lots of springs and caves and things like that. I will have the seed. I think people have played on this seed before. I did. Like I said, I just picked it randomly. It's seed 888. So lots of caves and springs and things that I'm going to have to cover up, but also really handy when you're thinking about something like a castle having its own little water source here. I made it symmetrical because I just really like the way that looks as a sort of center feature. Maybe I'll put a statue or something. The next thing I did was I filled in these sort of areas. You know, I built up this wall here, and I'm going to have to think about what I should do at this side. I'm thinking moat, because this is probably the most vulnerable side, as it's pressed right up against this birch forest, and personally, if I were commanding an army to attack this castle, this would be the way to do it, is come through the cover of this forest and attack it from this side. So I'm going to have to think about how I want to do it, because coming up to this side is suicide, for sure. This would not be the side that you want to attack. This is going to be your main entrance and things like that, and if you try to attack this, I can't imagine it going very well. I think I will also have to add maybe some things on this side, just to make, you know, maybe more portcullises and things, because when it comes to castles, you definitely just want to essentially fortify the crap out of it. Fortifications upon fortifications, backups upon backups. And the backup for this area, this bailey, is what this open area would call, and this is where all the sort of common buildings are going to be, is this earthen walkway, which is going to be covered by stone eventually. And it is essentially the second round of fortification. It's another gatehouse that is going to exist right here within this wall. Now these walls, the main walls, are going to be controlled by this tower and fortified area. This is going to be where the guardhouse and barracks and things are going to be. This is where the soldiers live. And this is going to control this gatehouse as well as this gatehouse, but not this one. This one and this tower are, of course, controlled by the keep. And that is very important when it comes to defensibility, is that there's always a place to fall back, including the keep. So yeah, this tower is going to be essentially your guard tower, and it is going to have an entrance onto these battlements and to control this gate. Of course, you still have to get past this earthen rampart, bridge, whatever you want to call it, ramp, up to here, and we may put another I still don't know how I'm going to do it, maybe with redstone or something, drawbridges. I'd really like to put one out front here at the very least, if not here, as well as across this bridge that goes to the keep here. Next thing that I wanted to talk about was the use of these towers. Now, between each section of wall, my plan is to have each section of wall controlled by much smaller towers. So this will probably not end up being the final floor plan, but it's a really good start. And I like I said, for example, this section of wall right here, that will be between this tower and this wall. There will probably be another small tower right here that controls this section of wall. So if this, God forbid, the keep ever actually falls, there's yet another place that you can retreat back to, and that would be this tower. You can always fortify yourself because everything is going to be kept separate and everything is going to be kept fortified. So I think that's going to do it for this video, and the next one, I think we're going to tackle this giant feature gatehouse and towers. I think that'll be our sort of first big project, is we're going to get this silhouette finished here. And I'm just picturing in my head this silhouette is going to be beautiful. You can imagine the peaked towers here. Well, maybe we'll go with a flat roof. We'll see. We'll play with it. I'm not opposed to building and rebuilding. And then the large, massive keep here, and then a secondary keep with towers there, and then a wall in the background. I can't wait to see this silhouette. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the videos if you want to see more content, if you want to see the finished product of this castle. Like I said, it's probably going to take me a few days. But I really want to bring you guys some awesome creative content. That's my goal here, and I think we're on the right track with this fantasy-driven Minecraft world. Alright, that's going to be it for me, guys. I've been Crafty, and thanks for stopping by.